Well, this year's Rising Tech City Award winner is FortBenTech Campus and the city of Lawrence. And joining me now with details on what continues to be an emerging technology center, pleased to be joined by Aletha Dunstan. Aletha is the executive director of the Fort Harrison Reuse Authority. Aletha, thanks for joining us, and congratulations on the award.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I want to talk about this tech campus, which I think is one of the best kept secrets really around the state of Indiana. But we should point out that it is really part of a much larger development that has really been coming into place for the last 25 years or so. At what was the Fort Benjamin Harrison military base transitioned into what is now a mixed-use live-work-play development.
Yes, correct. Yes, a lot of people know us for the state park. That was about 1,700 acres that was established early in the 90s, but what we have left is a really interesting mix of historic and new on the remaining 800 acres of the former base.
What did you talk about? Talk a little bit more to give people who have not been there. And again, I think the state park is part of a really well-kept secret too, because it's a phenomenal asset not only for Northeast Indiana, Northeast Marion County, but the entire state. Talk about that mix of old and new, of companies and residential, and what kind of the vibe is at Fort Harrison.
Yeah, well, I have a rough map behind me. So anything on this side with what we call Lot and Loop is the original officers' homes, right nestled in the park. As you move to the west, you get into more of the new developments. I think people are surprised to know we have, one of the nicest YMCA's with 2 Olympic swimming pools. We have a full Ivy Tech campus. We're soon to have a Purple Line stop on campus. There's a mix of houses. We have about 11 locally owned restaurants that are nestled in, old officers' barracks and officers' quarters, old mule barns. So everything at the fort will give you a unique glimpse into history.
I know you've got a great golf course there as well, the fort. But talk about this infusion of tech companies that have really clustered there at the fort. Nearly 30 tech and tech-enabled companies doing business there.
Yes, we knew we had a strong tech sector, and over the last few years, as we really did an inventory and got into those old barracks buildings where you might have 20 companies in one building and 5 or 6 of them turned out to be tech or highly tech-enabled companies. So we put a lot of work in since about 2018 to get all of those tech companies together and hold some focus groups and figure out how we can help support them and attract their peers to the campus.
A lot of tech companies are looking for that good cultural fit. Is that a selling point that you see? Excuse me, that you see at Fort Harrison now, that mix, that close proximity to downtown, but that live-work-play mix that is developed there?
Yes, we like to call it a reverse commute. You can get to all of the major employee hubs in the surrounding area, against traffic. So it's a nice, pleasant drive. We say we have a walkable campus for over 100 years that we inherited from the military. So it's just a beautiful, green, walkable, authentic campus feel when you're out there. So we hear from a lot of our tech companies that it's the biggest selling feature in not only attracting but retaining talent.
As we wrap up, as you look to what's next, I know you want to attract more, keep the talent you have there and attract more companies to the area. Do you see this award as maybe helping to be an impetus for even further tech development on the campus?
Absolutely. Like we said, we are a bit of a best kept secret for Marion County. And not only that, I think we have in addition to the history, we have a really high priority set on improving the placemaking and unique features at the fort. So we were honored to receive $5.85 million from the Lilly Endowment. So there's, currently construction going on an amphitheater project behind the historic theater. We also have single-family homes underway. We have an apartment project that's broken ground, and soon we'll have a hotel breaking ground. So as we've kind of created those missing pieces, we see this as the next step in the economic development strategy to kind of put us on the map and let people know that we have something special out there.
A lot of excitement going on at Fort Benjamin Harrison. Aletha Dunstan is the executive director of the Fort Harrison Reuse Authority, the FortBenTech Campus in the city of Lawrence, the Rising Tech City Award winner. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.